Hey everyone, Dan here. Before we get into it, if you enjoy these videos, please hit the like and subscribe button and keep in mind that these are my own thoughts, opinions, and ideas. These are not meant to be, nor should you take them as investment or trading advice in any way, shape, or form. Do your own due diligence, put in the work for yourself, and make your decisions based on that. Enjoy. All right, folks, here we are after market close on Thursday, September 14th. We're going to take a look at AVTX today. I was asked to do this in the comments in a previous video, so I thought I'd take a look. Now, we won't get into all of the catalysts and whatnot for this major drop that occurred on 6/26, so June 26th, but we'll just note it here and say there is a giant gap from about 88 cents up to about $4. So if it ever wants to start to put some motion in that gap, things could certainly get interesting. Now, what we're going to do is put some levels here on the Webull chart, support and resistance, see if there's any trend lines, and then we're going to flip over to the Think or Swim study and see how things are situated there in the channel and with the TTM squeeze indicator. Now, zooming in to where we are today, you see there's a lot of volume and a lot of motion. Now, we just put in an indication of a gap to the upside. We might as well notate that there's this gap here to the downside, and just to have it on the chart again for the same reason, if it ever starts to put some motion in there, we have it. You know, I would say, where's a good level to draw here? There's a level right about here which we'll put in that would also indicate a smaller but still existent gap between these candles here. Now, any motion that we have from, about say 30 cents down to about that 17 cents level where we were previously moving, I want to put those in. Then we'll zoom into the 10-minute intraday and see how those levels kind of hold up to some intraday price action. So I'd put a level there, I'd put a level here. And if any of these end up with sort of unnecessarily large gaps in percentage changes, we can try to adjust. Let me see if this is a better level. No, that's the better level. Okay. Let's work our way up to and through 30 cents, and just so that we have sort of a roadmap there. Okay. And put in another level or two, just in case things push. Okay. All right. Yeah, nothing beyond that's going to be super helpful. Okay, so these are the levels. Now we do have quite a big gap here from 25 up to about 29. There's not much to go off of. So let's zoom in and see intraday where things are moving in those ranges to try to peel off another level or two so that we don't have sort of big gaps. I know, it's only 4 cents, but percentage wise, that's a pretty decent gap to have in the support and resistance levels. Let me see if that holds up. Okay, yeah, I like that, 27. And also down here, 25 down to 22. Let's see. 25 down to 22. This one's not super helpful. No, I'm going to take the level from here. Yeah, from today. That level there. So let's say it's going to be right about here. Okay, so those might be a little bit weaker, just because they were taken on a shorter time frame with less overall price action. So I'm going to dot them just to say they may not be as strong or persistent as the solid lines. So we finished the day here at 21. So near in I have 20.66, 19.33. To the upside I have 22.38, 23.69, 25.42, and you can see the other ones here all the way up to 30. If we go to the daily, you see levels down here, 1933 down to 1748. Not really a great level to put in between there, but if we had to, I would say here about 1825. So let's just go ahead and put that in the chart is not too cluttered at the moment, so I don't fear putting that in. Now, I don't see a trend line at the moment, but we can come back and put it in if we sort of start to see one. All right, so flipping over to the Think or Swim. Now, this is on the hour, and that just has to do with Think or Swim not displaying the daily super great with stocks of such low price. But if we take a look, we're pushing out. When this push started, there was several hours, many hours of triggering. And then when it fired, it sort of moved sideways for a couple of days and then really exploded. So maybe a decent call out there by the indicator. Don't know. A jump out of the channel, revert back to the mid-range of the channel is what we look for when there's a leaving of the channel. Now, if something is very strong, what will happen is it'll either ride the upper bound of the channel, this white line, as support, or it will ride this green wave as support. And that's what we saw here. Left the channel, rode the wave as support, And so that would have been an indicator, at least throughout this time period, that there's probably more juice to be squeezed out of this bullish run. Continued to ride the wave, didn't need to come down to test the mid-range, continued to ride the wave. Again, more juice to be squeezed. Here we saw it come in and it lost the wave and it lost the mid-range. So what I'm most interested to see at the moment is, now that it lost the mid-range of the channel, is that an indication that it's going to try to push down toward the bottom bound of the channel? You also see the 180 to 200 EMA cloud down here that could provide additional support if it does dip down there. Or is it able to quickly, and I think it would have to do this quickly, typically speaking, it would have to do it quickly, regain support if it wants to do another push in the next day or two, trading day or two. Otherwise, it may be indicating that it wants to push down toward the lower bound of the channel. But like I said, if it can quickly regain support of the mid-range of this channel, that could indicate additional bullish strength. But it's going to be most interesting to see what the next couple of candles look like that should sort of elucidate that motion in one direction or the other. A pretty nice, smooth transition here on the TTM squeeze indicator. A few hiccups along the way, but relatively nice upbeat bullish trend, and then a nice smooth pullback, and now just recently flipping to bearish momentum. We'll see if that, like I say, continues to take shape or if that dies off and it's able to regain support and make another push. All right, folks, I hope that you had a good trading day and that you finish off the week strong tomorrow. And as always, I appreciate you watching, and I will see you in the next video.